Welcome to Own Your Words. Know something like the back of your hand. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To know something completely. 2. To thoroughly and completely understand someone's emotions, motivations, etc. or how something works. 3. To have very good, and detailed knowledge of something. Examples. 1. She'll give you the name of a place to stay, she knows the area like the back of her hand. 2. I know Hong Kong like the back of my hand. 3. She lived in the village all her life, and knows the area like the back of her hand. 4. Jenny knows that book like the back of her hand. She has read it at least 20 times. 5. Max knows the Bond films like the back of his hand, he could recite the whole script of all of them. 6. The city has changed so much, I would be lost any other visitor. But my cousin still lives there. He definitely knows the city like the back of his hand. 7. She lived in New York for 20 years, she knows the city like the back of her hand. 8. I've read this book so many times, that I know it like the palm of my hand at this point. 9. You should ask Samantha for directions, she knows this town like the palm of her hand. 10. Of course I know John, I know him like the back of my hand. Laughter is the best medicine. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. It means that laughter can help cure negative feelings, such as stress, anger, worry, depression, etc. 2. Said to mean that trying to be happy is a good way to stop worrying. 3. Laughing a lot is a very means of recovering from physical or mental injury. More generally, keeping a positive outlook on life will help combat negative emotions during hard times. Examples. 1. After spending several hours in good company, Martha felt her depression lifting, and realized that laughter is indeed the best medicine. 2. After her nasty divorce, her friends recommended that she go out more as laughter can be the best medicine for the heart. 3. Sometimes, all you need to do is laugh, as laughter is the best medicine. 4. After her parents' funeral, people consistently told Alicia that laughter was the best medicine, but she still doesn't believe them. 5. If laughter is the best medicine, then we can consider it medicine for us for the day, he added. 6. I'm a big believer that laughter is the best medicine, plus a steady mix of beer, wine and whiskey. 7. Laughter is the best medicine, unless you are diabetic, then insulin comes pretty high on the list. Comedian Jasper Carrot. 8. Laughter is the best medicine because when you laugh, you get relief from your problems. Lend an ear. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. Listen to someone with concentration, or understanding. 2. To listen to someone, especially in a sympathetic way. 3. To listen to one, especially, when they are discussing a problem. Examples. 1. Sorry I'm late, I had to lend an ear to Jane. She's been going through a lot lately. 2. Thank you for lending an ear, I feel much better now that I've gotten that off my chest. 3. Please lend an ear to Ian, who will be giving an update about the last quarter. 4. My mother was always willing to lend an ear, and offer what advice she could. 5. My colleagues lent a sympathetic ear to my complaints but could do nothing to help. 6. Lend me an ear, will you? I need to make sure that you understand what I am saying. 7. The volunteer's task this holiday season is to lend an ear, which so often becomes a lifeline, to the lonely. 8. Tracy was a caring person, and would always lend an ear to everyone's problems. 9. He was always accessible, and willing to lend an ear to their problems. 10. The government must lend an ear, to the agitating protesters to avoid riots. 11. Bob was warm, loving, accepting, and always there to lend an ear. Let the genie out of the bottle. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To do something that has a great, and often bad effect on a situation, which can then never return to its previous state. 2. To allow something to happen that cannot be changed, or reversed afterwards. 3. To create, unleash, do something that creates a huge impact, and cannot be stopped or reversed. 4. Reveal something hitherto suppressed. 5. To allow something to happen, that cannot then be stopped. Examples. 1. Once you make carrying guns legal, you let the genie out of the bottle. 2. When I told her the secret, I let the genie out of the bottle. 3. As for unconventional weapons, the genie is unfortunately already out of the bottle. 4. Tried to keep my pregnancy a secret but my secretary found out, and now the genie is out of the bottle. 5. The genie is out of the bottle, my boss didn't quit, he was fired. 6. The genie's been out of the bottle, since women were allowed to earn their own income. 7. The genie was let out of the bottle, when President Trump started to use Twitter as his main form of communication. 8. I bet Facebook never imagined, how they'd be letting the genie out of the bottle, when they created their platform. 9. It's supposed to be a surprise, so please don't let the genie out of the bottle. Life is just a bowl of cherries. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. Said to mean that life is full of pleasure and enjoyment. This expression is often used negatively, to comment on an unpleasant or difficult situation. 2. Life is wonderful or very pleasant. 3. Something that you say that means life is very pleasant. This phrase is often used humorously to mean the opposite. Examples. 1. Like she says, if life is a bowl of cherries, why do I always get the pits? 2. Life's not exactly a bowl of cherries, when you're an international champ. 3. I got a promotion and got engaged in the span of a week. Lost a bowl of cherries these days. 4. To him, life was a bowl of cherries. Life's not exactly a bowl of cherries, when you're an international champ. 5. The real estate salesman tried to convince us, that life in the suburbs is just a bowl of cherries. 6. Doted upon by almost everyone, she began to believe that life was a bowl of cherries, with no price tag. 7. It may look like life is a bowl of cherries, but a bad economy could turn it into a bowl of cherry pits, he said. 8. She thought that after getting a job, her life will be a bowl of cherries. Make a break for it. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. If you make a break or make a break for it, you run to escape from something. 2. To suddenly start running towards something, in order to escape from a place. 3. Try to escape, run off. Examples. 1. As soon as the storm let up, we made a break for it and ran to the car. 2. I couldn't wait to get out of school. I made a break for it as soon as the bell rang. 3. 6 prisoners shot a guard, and made a break for it in a stolen car. 4. It's late picking us up, so I'm going to have to make a break for the train, when we get to the station. 5. I couldn't wait to get out of school, and I made a break for the door as soon as the bell rang. 6. I was so anxious to see my parents, that I made a break for them as soon as I saw them in the airport. 7. The crook made a break for the cop, in order to get his gun. 8. As soon as the guard's back was turned, they made a break for the door. 9. 2 of the prisoners made a break for it, but were soon recaptured. 10. In the early hours, some of the group made a break for the border. March to the beat of your own drum. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. If people march to the beat of their own drum, they do things the way they want, without taking other people into consideration. 2. To do something, act, or behave in a manner that does not conform to the standard, prevalent, or popular societal norm. 3. Who marches to his own beat, is a person who is not constrained by social norms or rules. Examples. 1. March to the beat of your own drum, and set yourself apart with sleek accessories, dark woods, luxurious rugs and stylish sofas. 2. My brother's eschewed the idea of a full-time career, and has had every oddball job you could think of, but then he's always been happy marching to the beat of his own drum. 3. Look, I respect the fact that you like to march to your own drum, but do you have to make a point of doing everything in a countercultural way? 4. I march to the beat of my own drum. I wear pioneer dresses to school, research things that my classmates think are crazy, and love reading more than anything. 5. It's when you march to the beat of your own drum, that your whole life becomes a passionate dance, to the most beautiful music your soul has ever heard. 6. I began to learn that when you dance to the beat of your own drum, it will draw criticism and invite people to judge you. Monday morning quarterback. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. Someone who gives advice about something, only after it has happened. 2. A person who, after the event, offers advice or criticism concerning decisions made by others, one who second guesses. 3. Someone who says how an event, or have been dealt with, by others after it has already been dealt with. Examples. 1. Some Monday morning quarterbacks said the initial lower bid, without junk bonds, was a factor in his losing the company. 2. Social media seems to have turned everyone into a Monday morning quarterback whenever political issues are discussed. 3. It is very easy to play Monday morning quarterback, and I do not envy the choices put before a great many of the world's leaders. 4. The attorney rejects such Monday morning quarterbacking, insisting that his lawyers did, quote, an excellent job. 5. It's easy to play Monday morning quarterback, and say that he made a poor decision. 6. I don't like to Monday morning quarterback any work that is done by another investigator. 7. Everybody loves his column, but he is a typical Monday morning quarterback. 8. Monday morning quarterbacks don't help win the next game, much less the game just played. Move heaven and earth. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. To do everything you can to achieve something. 2. If you move heaven and earth to do something, you try as hard as you can to do it. 3. To try very hard to achieve something. 4. To do everything that one can to make something happen. 5. To work very hard to do something. Examples. 1. He vowed that he would move heaven and earth, to finish the project on schedule. 2. Most pop stars would move heaven and earth, to attend the Met Gala. 3. The kind of player the Colts might have to move heaven and earth to get. 4. Who else could move heaven and earth, to set these two jokers back on their path? 5. He'll have to move heaven and earth, to persuade the dressing room to unite behind him now. 6. She promised to move heaven and earth, to be there for our wedding anniversary. 7. Bishop Auckland have also moved heaven and earth, to improve their standing. 8. If you knew what I was doing, you'd have moved heaven and earth to stop me. 9. We've all experienced it, and most of us would move heaven and earth to avoid it. 10. I had to move heaven and earth, to get a flight home at Christmas time. 11. We may not be vets but we are owners, who will move heaven and earth to help our dogs recover. 12. Our travel advisors will move heaven and earth, to ensure you get exactly the holiday you want. Move. Or push the needle. Idiom, meaning with examples. Meaning. 1. Have a measurable effect on something. 2. To cause a noticeable change in something. 3. To shift the situation in some area, activity, sphere, etc. to a noticeable degree. Examples. 1. If you want to move the needle forward, in business you'll have to try harder than that. 2. Moving the needle is what all of us want, so you should get in line and adjust your expectations. 3. She's really trying to push the needle, I don't know if she'll manage it, but it's impressive. 4. I get that you want to push the needle forward, no matter what happens, but this is wrong. 5. We should all try moving the needle, and that way we'll actually have a presence for people. 6. When you consider the fact that we're all trying to move the needle forward, it's alright. 7. Let's move the needle together, and try to get our work noticed in that way, yes? 8. We're all hoping that the new product line will move the needle on sales. 9. It seems all my efforts to get in good with the CEO have done little to move the needle in my favor. 10. Is any other department working as hard as we are to move the needle on environmental conservation? If you like the video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos. Meanings and examples are available in video description.